Sir.
Sir, my name is Michael Field of the Jacksonville Daily News. The incident that occurred Monday, were the members of that team same elements from the team that had experienced 7 losses back in 2015 on the Lejeune, Florida?
Okay, Mike, that's a good question. Yes, that is true that this unit was from the same company and the same battalion, 2nd Raider Battalion, has experienced a loss of 7 Raiders in March of 2015. And that is a tragic coincidence. However, it does not affect how we move out to care for our fallen, to take care of their families, and move on as an organization. Yes, ma'am.
CB Cotton with WITN News.
Could you say that again, please?
CB Cotton with WITN.
CB, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
The tragedy in March of 2015, there were 7 Raiders in that incident, 7 Raiders now. The least restored deployment is always in a number of 7. Can you answer that?
The team size is 14 normally, and I'll stop there.
Colonel Alan Blanner from the New York Times. Given what happened in March 2015 and what happened this week, can you talk a little bit about what we're inside the Raider Battalion, inside Mark at this point, just after 2 incidents like this in 2.5 years, what's the mindset inside the...
Okay, could you say your name again, please?
Alan Blanner from the New York Times.
Okay, Alan, thank you. Well, we are a professional military organization, first off, Alan. So, and we're an all-volunteer force, and especially the volunteers that come to this unit. And the families generally understand the environment that the Marines and the sailors get into when they take on this responsibility. And they don't go in with ignorance. Having said that, we do a great deal of preparation to prepare our families and our Marines to be resilient. And while you can't downplay the tragedy of the loss, we intend to honor our fallen, we intend to take care of the families, and we intend to move on.
Chelsea Donovan, WECG News. Can you tell me who was piloting the plane and their experience with that?
Chelsea, that's a great question, but it would be inappropriate for me to comment on elements that are being investigated by Marine Forces Reserve at this time. Yes, ma'am.
Talk about the altitude that the plane was flying before it went down.
No, ma'am. And I think Nick mentioned this at the beginning of the press conference, that we're not going to comment on details relevant to the ongoing investigation, but thank you. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Elizabeth, to WACT News. Just wondering, do you guys have any plans right now for a memorial here to honor those that we've lost, or if they put their names anywhere?
Ma'am, the question of a memorial is we will always have some kind of ceremony eventually that recognizes the fallen. I would tell you that it's the command has done these things in the past, whether it's a celebration of life or a memorial service. Ultimately, whatever we do is tailored to what the families want. They're the most important dynamic and are the most important people in this conversation. If those ceremonies occur, those schedules and events will be forthcoming. Yes, ma'am.
Marilyn Moore, News Channel 12. Can you talk about the importance of Marsoc Marines and also Navy Foremen and how they contribute overall to the military and their goals?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'll give you a simple answer because of the environment. Okay. You know, Marsoc is the enduring contribution from the Marine Corps to Special Operations Command. And we fulfill the needs that Special Operations Commands provides to the geographic combatant commanders and international security. And so it's an important effort, as you know, and we are part of a very talented team, an important team in accomplishing that mission. Thank you. Yes, sir. Go back to you.
You mentioned earlier that 14 members make up the team for the exercise that was taking place in Arizona. 7 that perished were heading out there. Were the other elements already out there in place, or were they coming at a later time?
Sure, I'll just tell you that 14 is the generic number for our team organization. I don't have the information at this time about where the other elements were.
Colonel, did you know any of these men personally? And if so, could you talk a little bit about them and their personalities beyond the official line? pilots that received this plane?
The short answer is no, I don't know any of them personally. So I apologize. Yes, ma'am.
And you can tell me if this is part of the investigation or not, but had this plane ever been involved in any sort of mishap before?
I don't have that information. Sure.
So when troops transit from Cherry Point to points west, such as this group going out to California and Arizona, during that flight, are there training exercises? What do the troops do for the time period that they're in flight?
Well, I suppose we could be doing training en route occasionally, but I have no information as to we were doing anything other than being on the plane to get out there. But again, the ongoing investigation should disclose that.
For readers that haven't been in the military, but more commercially, describe the inside of the KC-130T.
It's been a while since I've been in a KC-130T. I'd rather defer that question to the professionals that ride them all the time. Thank you. Okay, it seems like we're wrapping up here. I'd like to just make a quick closing statement. And maybe this goes to a little bit of what I know about these Marines. And that is that the Marines and sailors of Marsoc have been similarly tested before and having been around this organization since its creation. I'm impressed with the absolute strength and resilience that have become hallmarks of Marsoc. Our motto is Spiritus Invictus, or unconquerable spirit. And our command is a tight-knit community made up of some of the most highly trained and dedicated Marines that I've ever known. And as a team, as a family, we're going to pull together, we'll see this through. And again, I thank you for your support. Semper Fidelis and Spiritus Invictus. That's all.
Well, that was Colonel Stephen Grass, Deputy Commander of the U.S. Marine Corps Forces Special Operations Command, speaking out for the first time on that deadly plane crash, including releasing the names of the Camp Lejeune service members that were killed. We'll have much more on this story starting tonight on WITN News at 5, and you can also find the very latest details from this press conference on WITN.com.